Conquer your fear and your inner self. Fear does not always come running at you. Most of the time, it arrives quietly. It speaks in gentle sentences. Sentences that sound reasonable. Sentences that feel safe. Maybe later. Now is not the right time. You should wait until you are more ready. And slowly, without pain, without warning, your life begins to shrink. Fear rarely stops you directly. It convinces you to stop yourself. You wake up with dreams in your heart, but fear speaks before courage does. It reminds you of the last time you failed, the last time you were embarrassed, the last time you tried and didn't become who you hoped to be. Fear says, don't feel that again, and so you stay still. But here is the truth most people never hear. Fear grows in silence. Awareness weakens it. Right now, as you listen, fear may already be present, not as panic, not as terror, but as hesitation, as doubt, as overthinking. This is the silent enemy within, and you don't defeat it by fighting. You defeat it by seeing it clearly. Pause for a moment. Ask yourself softly, what am I avoiding right now? What decision am I delaying? What dream am I protecting myself from? No judgment, no shame. Just honesty. Because awareness is the first act of courage. When you see fear clearly, it loses its power to control you unconsciously. This is where transformation begins. Not outside, not in the world, but inside you, understanding fear, a protector that became a prison. Fear was never meant to ruin your life. Fear was designed to keep you alive. Thousands of years ago, fear saved human beings. It warned them of danger. It protected them from threats. But today, fear rarely protects us from real danger. Instead, it protects us from rejection, failure, embarrassment, discomfort, uncertainty. And comfort has become the new cage. Fear tells you if you don't try, you can't fail. If you don't speak, you won't be judged. If you don't change, nothing can hurt you. But nothing can grow either. Your inner self learns patterns. It remembers pain. And it tries to keep you safe by keeping you small. Fear is not evil. Fear is overprotective, like a guard that never leaves its post even when the danger is gone. So the question is not, how do I eliminate fear? The real question is, how do I change my relationship with it? Instead of obeying fear automatically, you learn to pause. You learn to ask, is this fear protecting my life or limiting my future? That pause is powerful. That pause creates space. And in that space, choice is born. You don't need to rush. You don't need to force confidence. You only need to understand this. Fear is information, not instruction. And once you realize that, you begin to reclaim control over your inner self. The inner voice, learning to question it. Inside your mind, there is a voice. You've heard it many times. It speaks when you are about to try something new. It speaks when you are about to step forward. It says, you're not ready. You're not good enough. Others are better. You'll fail again. This voice sounds like you. But it is not you. It is a collection of past experiences, old memories, unresolved emotions. The inner voice is shaped by criticism you once received, mistakes you once made, moments you never healed, and over time you mistake it for truth. But thoughts are not facts. Your inner self tries to predict pain and avoid it, so it exaggerates risk. It magnifies doubt. It repeats old stories. The moment you believe every thought, you give your power away. Instead, try this. When the voice speaks, don't argue. Don't fight. Simply say internally, I hear you. Then ask, is this voice helping me grow or helping me hide? That question changes everything, because now you are no longer trapped inside the voice. You are observing it, and the observer is always stronger than the thought. You don't silence fear, you outgrow it, by acting despite it, by moving gently forward, by proving to yourself again and again that you can survive discomfort. This is how you begin to conquer your inner self, not with force but with awareness, patience, and courage. Courage is quiet, not loud. Most people imagine courage as something dramatic, a big speech, a fearless moment, a sudden transformation. But real courage is quiet. It does not announce itself. It does not need attention. It shows up when no one is watching. Courage is waking up when your mind feels heavy and choosing to continue anyway. It is trying again after disappointment. It is showing up even when confidence is missing. Courage does not mean you are not afraid. It means fear is no longer the decision maker. There will be days when your energy is low, days when doubt feels stronger than belief. Those are the days courage matters most. Because courage is not about feeling strong, it is about acting honestly. You don't need to feel ready. You don't need to feel brave. You only need to take the next small step. That step might feel insignificant, but it is not. Every step taken while afraid rewires your mind. It tells your inner self, I can move forward even when it's uncomfortable. And slowly, fear begins to lose its authority, not because it disappears, but because courage has learned to walk beside it. Action before confidence. Many people wait for confidence. They say, I'll start when I feel ready. I'll try when I believe in myself. I'll change when fear is gone. But confidence does not come first. Action does. Confidence is built, not found. Every confident person you admire once felt unsure, once hesitated, once doubted themselves. The difference is simple. They moved anyway. Action sends a powerful message to your inner self. I trust myself enough to try. And trust grows through evidence. Not motivation, not inspiration. Evidence. Each time you act despite fear, your mind learns a new story. A story that says, I am capable, I can adapt, I can survive mistakes. You don't need big actions. You need consistent actions. Small, repeatable steps. One honest conversation. One decision made. One habit practiced. These moments may feel small, but they change your identity. You stop seeing yourself as someone who avoids fear and begin seeing yourself as someone who faces it. That is confidence. Self-respect, keeping promises to yourself. Self-respect is not loud. It is built quietly. Every time you make a promise to yourself and keep it, something powerful happens. Your inner self begins to trust you. Most people break promises to themselves daily. They delay, they excuse, they negotiate, and slowly self-trust erodes. Not because they are weak, but because they never learned how important this relationship is. The relationship you have with yourself is the foundation of every other relationship. Self-respect begins with honesty, not perfection, not intensity, honesty. If you say you will do something, do it, even if it's small, especially if it's small. These small acts send a message, I matter. My word matters, my growth matters. Fear weakens when self-respect grows, because a person who trusts themselves does not need to hide from discomfort. They know, no matter what happens, I won't abandon myself. And that is strength, quiet, stable, unshakable. Freedom from other people's opinions. One of the heaviest fears you will ever carry is the fear of being judged. Not judged for being wrong, but judged for being yourself. From a young age, we learn to adjust. We learn to stay quiet. We learn to fit in, slowly without realizing it. We begin living according to expectations that are not our own. Fear grows when your life becomes a performance. You begin asking, what will they think? What if they don't understand? What if they laugh? But here is a quiet truth. Most people are not thinking about you. They are thinking about themselves. And those who judge you are often afraid to do what you are doing. When you chase approval, you give away direction. Freedom begins the moment you decide. My path matters more than their opinion. Not everyone will support you. Not everyone will understand your journey. And that is okay. You are not here to be accepted by everyone. You are here to be honest with yourself. When you release the need for validation, your inner self relaxes. Your energy returns. Your focus sharpens. This is not arrogance. This is self-respect. And with self-respect, fear loses its grip. Mental strength is emotional discipline. Mental strength is often misunderstood. It is not being cold. It is not suppressing emotion. Mental strength is discipline with emotion. You feel fear, but you do not let it decide. You feel doubt, but you do not surrender to it. You feel tired, but you do not quit on yourself. Emotion is information. Discipline is direction. Strong minds do not avoid discomfort. They learn how to stay present within it. When fear appears, they breathe. When pressure rises, they slow down. When doubt speaks, they listen without obeying. This takes practice. But every moment you choose calm over reaction. You train your nervous system. You become steady. And steadiness is power. Mental strength grows when you stop needing everything to feel good. Before you move forward, you move forward anyway, and slowly fear transforms. It becomes manageable, understandable, smaller. Mastery, living with fear not under it. Fear may never disappear, but it will no longer control you. There comes a moment in your life when fear speaks and you keep walking. Not because you are fearless, but because you trust yourself more than the fear. This is mastery, not dominance, not suppression. Understanding. You no longer ask, how do I get rid of fear? You ask, how do I live fully, even when fear is present? And the answer is simple, but not easy. You choose growth, you choose honesty, you choose courage again and again. You stop waiting for permission. You stop waiting for perfect timing. You begin, and that beginning changes everything, because the greatest victory is not over the world. It is over the version of yourself that stayed small to feel safe. Conquer your fear. Conquer your inner self, and everything else will follow. If you like this message, don't forget to subscribe and follow me for more motivation. Thank you.